here we're going to look at solving a quadratic equation that we know from the title of this topic that it has complex roots, but even if you didn't, you're just solving. First, I would always see if something factors, because that's the quickest if it works. And then if it doesn't, you could always use quadratic formula. We'll give you the answer no matter what type of answers you have. One thing I suggest about quadratic formula is before you plug in numbers, to write kind of the empty shell of quadratic formula. So leave a blank where all your A, B's, and C's are going to go. It helps a lot with little sign errors and stuff. A lot of times, especially if you have to plug a negative number in for B, there's a negative in the formula and the negative number gets forgotten about. So if you make yourself like an empty framework of the equation, and now I can say, okay, everywhere there's a B, I'm going to put 5. So here and here, right, for those two. Everywhere there's an A, I'm going to put 6. And then everywhere there's a C, I'm going to put 4. And so now I can go to simplifying. So this says negative 5 plus or minus 5 squared is 25 minus 4 times 4 times 6, which is 96. And then all over 12. And 25 minus 96 gives me negative 71. And then as soon as I see, oh, I have a negative under my square root, so what can I do to deal with negative square roots? That's what the definition of I, or imaginary number I, is square root of negative 1. So I can write this as I square root of 71 over 12. And then make sure I can't take the square root of 71, and there's no factors of 71 I can take the square root of, so that answer is about as simplified as it's going to get. So I have two different answers, negative 5 plus I squared root of 71 all over 12 and negative 5 minus. So I found my two roots.